Welcome back to the White Noise Podcast. I'm Ethan, joined by Gavan, and as always, Jacob behind the glass.
Yes, sir.
Gavan, I got a new pillow yesterday for the first time in 4 years now.
Ooh, what kind?
I got it from the at-home store. It's a cooling pillow, and it's awesome.
What the hell is a cooling pillow?
It means it keeps me cool as I sleep on the couch.
Can you describe your old pillow, please?
My old pillow was like, imagine two pillows with a flat board in the middle. You know, it was like floppy. Imagine a dog with floppy ears. It was just like
two
that.
Small pillows stuffed in a pillowcase.
What the fuck?
And it was really long too. My
hated it.
My pillowcase couldn't cover it all the way. But this other pillow, I'm really picky when it comes to pillows too. So this other pillow, not too thin, not too hard, not too soft. It's just perfect. And I love it, and it elevates my sleeping routine on my air mattress.
I thought you slept on the couch.
I upgraded to an air mattress as well.
Big moves.
A couple nights ago, I went back to the couch just to see if it was better than the air mattress. And honestly, it's like they both suck, but do I want more space with the air mattress or
Does the pillow affect either choice or no?
I like the pillow better on the air mattress.
That is
You're living the life.
Good.
Yeah, but it has that new pillow smell. And that's the part I have to get past. I need to get my scent on it so I get used to it, which, it's just pillow things.
Pillow talks.
Pillow talks.
Pillow talks.
Yeah, so that's my journey, and I'm improving every day on it.
Congratulations.
I am so happy for you.
Okay. All right, Jacob, let's put some meat on these buns. And we're back. So, something that's been buzzing around is the Boba Fett Disney Plus series, and I've heard a lot of mixed reviews, but mostly that it is not very good.
I mean, some of the people I've talked to really liked it, but yeah, there are that select few that don't really like it as much. But
I think a lot of it comes from, and I know Jacob can speak to this, is if you're a Star Wars fan, yeah, you can find your way to like it, but you have your criticism to it.
Yeah, I can watch anything Star Wars and enjoy it, whether it's bad or not. I mean, I like Star Wars, so that's really easy. I can watch it and enjoy it, but as a Star Wars movie, if I think about the whole story, then yeah, I don't like it. But I mean, there's freaking laser swords and spaceships. It's so cool. I mean, I'm not a hard critic. So.
I've only seen the first episode of the Boba Fett series, and I really liked that one.
yeah, I like the ninjas or whatever. Was that the first episode?
The parkour the chase?
Yeah, that was cool.
But from what I've heard, as it continued, is it's just getting watered down, and Boba Fett he's nerfed, basically.
Yes.
Well, I mean, age will do that to you. Falling into a Sarlacc pit for however many years he was in there.
One argument I did see, though, was Boba Fett was never really that cool. He was just standing around with a gun, and it was the mystery that made him cool.
Pretty freaking cool.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
They're pretty cool.
Plus, if you read the comics or legends, he was badass in those.
But what I've heard was that this week or today's episode was the best one, and it didn't even have Boba Fett in it.
No spoilers.
Oh yeah, it was the best one, but it didn't even have Boba Fett in it.
Yeah, I agree. I watched it.
Who is this mysterious person that made it good? You'll have to watch it.
Yeah, it's not really a secret. But
with Disney Plus series, I feel like I always watch the first episode or the first few episodes, and then I never continue it. That's what happened with Loki.
Did you watch any of the Mandalorian? One or two?
I've watched. That's the only Disney Plus series I've seen is the first season and the second season.
Oh, you did watch the second season. I didn't know that. Okay.
Season 1 was good. Didn't like season 2.
Season 2's ending. Kind of made up for it a bit.
Oh yeah,
I don't even remember season 2 really, to be honest.
Yeah, right now that
there was a frog episode where he had to help a frog lady. With
with her
or
eggs. Mm-hmm.
Well,
the big spiders.
I remember as I watch it, I realized this. It's the main story is maybe the first episode of each season and the last episode of each season, and the rest is just filler.
Yeah, so I'm just waiting for Boba Fett to be done, and then I'll evaluate it. But hopefully the end is a banger.
So besides the first two Mandalorian seasons, the only other Disney Plus series I watched in full was WandaVision, Which, did you watch that, Jacob?
I haven't watched any of the Marvel ones.
Did you watch
I
that?
have no desire to.
I watched like small clips and stuff. I do know it gets pretty demented at times.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. It was entertaining, but I had nothing else to do. I was sick at the time and just watched it all in one day. But it was good. And then when I moved on to Falcon and Winter Soldier, I watched the first episode and then couldn't get into that. Same thing with Loki. I watched the first 2.
I did like a U.S. agent. Is that what they call him?
Yeah, or I think so. Yeah,
I
US agent.
loved him. He was cool. I mean, you shouldn't like him, but he was cool.
I liked the actor's performance
Oh, yeah.
in the first episode that I saw him in. But
Having the blood on the shield and everything, I was like, ooh.
and I've seen
I like him.
clips and stills and stuff. So, but it's been out almost a year now. What happened to him in the end?
I didn't think anything bad had happened to him. I didn't see the whole show all the way through.
Oh.
But like I watched like an episode where he was in it.
Is there a door open for him to come back?
I think so.
Okay.
I don't think anything bad happened
Cool.
to him. I think he was just like recalled or whatever.
Got it. Yeah, but Disney Plus is. What do you guys think of Disney Plus series as a whole? Since we talked about Moon Knight last week,
They're getting way too overdone, in my opinion. Every single thing is getting their own show.
yeah, I think especially with Marvel, what they need to be careful about is they want to make these Disney Plus series, and I think this kind of relates to Star Wars too, is not making it boring enough or not making it to the point where something crazy happens that people have to watch the show to watch the movies.
Right.
So they need to try to do these backflips in writing to make it entertaining enough, but not so impactful that you're required to watch it to watch the movies.
Yeah, like in Shang-Chi and Black Widow, there were end credit scenes where it was like, if you didn't watch Winter Soldier and Falcon or whatever.
So it's already getting into that territory where watching a Disney Plus series takes a lot of time.
Plus, I hate to be a hater, but not only does it take forever, but it's so uninteresting to watch.
Exactly.
So it's like it makes it even longer.
That just goes back to the
shouldn't feel like a chore while
writing
I'm watching it.
And I felt that way when each week when Loki came out, I was like, especially with Loki, how it kind of invalidates all the decisions made in Endgame with the whole time gods or time kings, time lords, whatever they were called, where they kept the timeline intact and people from doing crazy things. Like, oh, Iron Man was supposed to die. Like, Thanos was supposed to do this. And
Fuck that.
It just
hated that decision.
it kind of just ruined the past decade of Marvel movies. And I know it's hard for Marvel to continue what they've done at post Endgame.
Yeah, well, I mean, I also feel like they lost a lot of audience when they did that too, just because, like me, I kind of fell off Marvel after Endgame because I mean that was
Me too.
that was my story was done. It was, okay, I can rest now.
I saw Shang-Chi and Spider-Man. That's it.
Shang-Chi and Spider-Man.
Yeah, that's it. That's all I've seen.
Since Endgame?
I watched Black
Since then.
Widow. Black Widow was
It
wasn't bad.
It was okay.
I hate it.
It was okay. It was
I just didn't like that it took place.
before Civil War.
Before Endgame.
Infinity War. Yeah.
Yeah, it took place way
So it's like
earlier.
anything that happens here doesn't really.
So,
Matter
as far
that
as
much.
Marvel Disney Plus series goes, they have Moon Knight coming out. Are there any other ones?
There's
They're doing
She-Hulk.
Season 2 of Loki and What If.
Okay, so they got a bunch of stuff coming out.
They're making.
As far as like the Star Wars
They had the
series
Hawkeye
goes,
one.
Sky's the limit.
Yeah, they had
When
the
it comes to
Hawkeye one.
what shows they're coming out
Did
with.
any of you guys watch the Hawkeye one?
No.
I heard that one was good, though. I did hear good things about that one.
That's what I heard as well, up until the Kingpin incident,
What happened with
which I
Kingpin?
think I mentioned before, where in the Netflix series he's this powerful.
They nerfed him in
Yeah,
Disney.
they nerfed him in Disney. Like he gets his butt kicked by the female Kate Bishop, and he didn't even put up a fight. He was like, I think it was in a retail store where he just got his ass handed to him.
Fun.
When it's
So you go from Spider-Verse Kingpin to weak old little boy Kingpin.
but yeah, I think
I'm excited for the new ones like to come, I guess, as far as Star Wars. That's the only ones I'm interested in. So like I watched Bad Batch. That one's really good. I liked it.
Was it? I saw the first episode. I thought the first episode was really
First
good.
episode was
really
like,
good.
the best episode or like the best two. But it has its highs and lows as like any show does, but I enjoyed the Bad Batch. I'm excited for the Kenobi series, for Ahsoka series.
I think I'm more excited for those series than I am in like anything in Marvel, because Marvel's been the leader in this kind of realm of nerd stuff the past
Nerds.
12 years, 14 years. So to explore more Star Wars as it kind of regains popularity.
Yeah.
I just wish they would branch off into a brand new universe or new
Storyline.
storyline.
Yeah.
Like we're still doing like Empire,
Oh, I
and
agree.
First Order. It's like there is
Yeah.
so much they could branch out and see, like tell from.
The Star Wars Visions. How they
Oh yeah,
those mini
that was cool.
stories.
There's a lot of potential.
Yeah, we didn't even talk about that.
That's
That's
Yeah.
Visions was cool.
except for episode 2. I didn't like episode 2.
The band one. I think that's the one that everyone hated
Tatooine
on.
Rhapsody
Yeah.
or whatever. Yeah, don't watch that one.
That's the one that everyone hated on. It was. I will.
I liked the creativity.
Yeah.
for it,
I won't
but
say
mean, it
that
stops
any of
there.
them were like really bad.
I wasn't expecting like amazing stuff out of each and every one.
Yeah.
So I mean,
That- after that first episode, though,
the black and white.
yeah, I was like,
that was
what?
cool.
He was a
cool.
samurai. Oh, dude, that's
There's a bunch
cool.
of cool ones, but
oh, man. All right, let's touch in the NFL real quick before we go too long. NFC championships and AFC championships are set.
Heartbreaks and heart attacks, especially with the Bills and Chiefs. Oh
Crazy
my
games
god,
everywhere.
that was a
25
very
points
entertaining game.
in the final 2 minutes. 25 points. Oh my god.
Yeah. So Patrick Mahomes on his way to another AFC championship with Joe Burrow and
Let's
the
go
Bengals.
Bengals.
Yeah, I was
Sir.
gonna say. Now, hate to celebrate too early, but now that the Bills are eliminated, easy Bengals win.
That's
Gosh.
dude.
Easy Bengals win.
Oh my
Okay.
They
gosh.
beat them before, so it's like,
Okay.
so it's possible they'll do it again.
Patrick Mahomes also led the league in interceptions before, so and now he's in the championship game. I don't think anything that happened before is relevant.
Yep.
Anyway, and then
Bills.
Now
D.
it's an NFC West
I
NFC
hate
championship.
that. Yep, Rams and Matthew
makes me so
Stafford
mad.
are hosting Jimmy Garoppolo and the 49ers in the NFC championship game, and I can't be more appalled and disgusted.
You got to give credit to the Niners for being able to make it.
Oh,
this
I
far
do. I'm rooting
with
for them.
Garoppolo.
Yeah.
The
Garoppolo's-
Rams are the villains.
rooting for the Niners, yeah.
I hate the Rams. Anyway.
I thought about earlier today really quick how when the Cardinals played the 49ers the second time in San Francisco,
Yeah.
and we beat them pretty badly.
Yep.
How a lot of 49ers fans were like, oh, fire Kyle Shanahan, like bring back Jim Harbaugh.
Yeah,
I was
we're-
like, oh,
Yep.
how do they feel about that now?
Exactly.
I didn't even know people were saying
Well,
that.
that's-
I thought Jim Harbaugh practically fired himself.
I don't know.
Man was throwing tantrums left and right.
He made for some funny NFL bad lip reading videos.
So,
that's the NFL.
what do you think of the overtime controversy, the overtime rules? I have always been on the whole each team, especially in overtime, should get a chance to score the ball. It shouldn't be.
Isn't that how it used to be?
I thought it was.
I
don't really
think it's
remember.
how that is in the high school level, where it's like each team gets to start at like the 10 or something.
Well,
Or not
I mean-
high school. I'm sorry,
well,
college.
I don't have a huge issue with it. Like it's overtime. So
Yeah.
I mean, if like you flip the coin, that's a big part of it, obviously. But like if one team gets the ball and your defense can't stop them, then
Especially
your defense loses.
in that game where each possession they each scored in that last fourth quarter. That last
Exactly.
2 minutes of the fourth quarter. So whoever got the ball had that momentum to score. And I know there's a lot of uproar about it, but
Like you get your choices, either your offense versus their defense or your defense versus their offense. Pick one, and then that'll be the deciding factor.
Yeah, but I just think it should be okay. Everybody has a chance to score. Now, if the first team scores and then the next drive the other team doesn't score, then they obviously lose because they didn't score
Yeah.
on their drive. But I mean, it's just like
No, I get it.
most of it's decided by the coin toss. You go
Yeah.
that far, only you didn't call heads. Well, see you
Yep.
later. Maybe
Yeah.
next year.
I agree.
Especially when it comes to like
When the rules
Packers
are built like that to be like if you score a touchdown on your first drive, you win. Then yeah, the coin flip is a huge part of it.
it should be like a field goal. It should be like, oh well, if they scored a field goal, you have a chance to come back and either tie it
They
up
do that
to continue.
Yeah, no, that's
It should
the
be
rule.
it should be like that for a touchdown too.
I think so. But yeah, anyway, we spent a lot of time on that, on Disney Plus and the NFL, so we'll jump into the movie review. You guys started watching The Departed. You think you want to go ahead and get a quick summary?
oh crap, a quick summary of it. So, The Departed by Martin Scorsese is about it's Boston, right? Yeah, about Boston.
New York.
They're Boston. It's in Boston.
Oh, Massachusetts? I thought it was New York.
Massachusetts. It's in Boston. They speak with very thick Boston accents.
They all speak the same over there. I'm
It's
sorry.
Whoa.
Sorry, they all sound the same.
Our East Coast viewers.
Basically, I'm just going to
All
read the
0
quick
of them.
synopsis. It's about Matt Damon, Leonardo DiCaprio. They're your main protagonists. Matt Damon was basically, as he was growing up, he was raised, looked after by a mob boss, played by Jack Nicholson. And Jack Nicholson basically took him under his wing as Matt Damon grew up to become a police officer. And then once he became a police officer, to aid in Frank, Jack Nicholson's character's illegal doings. And then on the other side, Leonardo DiCaprio, whose family was criminals, part of the mob. He wanted to separate from that, so he became a cop. But as he wanted to get into the state troopers, two of his superiors, Mark Wahlberg and Martin Sheen, I didn't know he was in that. That was a surprise. Say, hey, we want you to go undercover and use your family's criminal history to get in cahoots with Jack Nicholson so that we can bring him down. And that's the whole story. So it's an undercover cop in Jack Nicholson's crew, and then Matt Damon, a dirty cop, helping Jack Nicholson in the police department, which, as a concept, going into it, I was like, oh, this is cool.
It was cool, yeah.
And, however, every time I watch a Martin Scorsese movie, I feel that everything gets so convoluted and overly complicated for no reason, to where some things could be hard to follow. It's like, that's just how I feel about it. I really liked it up until maybe early third act, to where I'm like, okay, like, it's just this constant back and forth, this constant quick pace movement. And then it didn't stop there. There are spoilers. This movie came out in 2006. But when everyone started dying left and right,
Yeah,
I was like, okay, I'm not a fan of, like, everyone dies kind of, like, ending.
I mean, I think it can work if you give weight, and if you give, like, emotional weight to all of their deaths, it could make it, like, oh, you have time to reflect on their deaths. But the fact that all of them died within the span of, like, 4 minutes, maybe.
In, like, different scenes, too. Like, in their time, there was time that passed, but as a viewer, it did happen in that span of, like, 5 to 10 minutes.
Yeah, it was just like, I mean, the whole, like, especially the other cop that was like, oh, you think Frank only had one inside guy? I'm like, who the hell are you? Like,
Yeah.
did I just straight up miss that there was a hint that you could be a dirty cop? Did I miss that?
How they throw that at you without, like...
Yeah, I was like, who the
kind of
hell
like,
is
oh,
that?
that's kind of sketchy. It's okay. Yeah, I can see that as well.
Like, I remembered him, but I was like, what?
Yeah, he was in the very beginning. With,
Yeah.
As a movie, I did enjoy the concept, like I said. I love the performances. Leonardo DiCaprio does great.
Oh, yeah,
as
no, they all
Billy.
did great.
Matt Damon does great with his thick Boston accent. Same with Mark Wahlberg.
I hated Mark Wahlberg's character in this movie. Asshole.
He was kind of like the guy from Train to Busan last week, where he's like,
Oh, yeah.
an asshole and then nice, and it's like,
I like that he
Pick a
got
side.
I like that he got the last laugh, though.
yeah, that
And
was
then
cool.
Even Matt Damon's like, damn it, and then dies. I thought that was really funny. At the same time, not a fan of it, though.
Yeah, overall, it was okay. My percentage rating this week is going to be a 57%.
I'll give it like a 70%. Like, I think it was really good, but that last like 20 minutes really just killed it for me. It was so out of nowhere, and it just, I was like, whoa, what the hell? I remember like standing up because like the moments leading up to that, I'm like, oh, what's gonna happen? Like, because they're like talking mad shit, and then Matt Damon's character is just like, just kill me, man. I'm like, oh, you're dead, bro. You got you. and then boom, everybody starts dying, and I'm like, what the fuck? And I just like sit down, and I'm like, what? No, what is happening? And then I'm like, when the credits started rolling, I almost expected it to be like, oh, got you. This is what I literally thought it was gonna be like a dream sequence, like he was thinking it in his head or something.
Yeah.
With how out of place it was.
What about with Matt Damon killing Jack Nicholson's character? And Jack Nicholson being an FBI informant.
Him being an FBI informant, I liked that part. I mean, I kind of don't like that nobody knew, like that people knew about it, but they didn't
They didn't like
do
act on
anything
it. Yeah.
with that. I was like, why are we? I was like, really? Nobody wanted to attempt to question the FBI why they're still letting this guy go free?
Like,
he's an informant on what? His own things?
well, it was to where he gives up smaller criminals and still does his own criminal thing, which
Yeah, I mean, I almost said Charlie Sheen, I'm sorry. That guy's character, the police chief, I forgot his name, I'm sorry.
what is his name?
He even says, like, oh, the FBI's fucked, He knew that there wasn't going to be anything to do about it. But still, it was just... I was on Leonardo DiCaprio's side the whole time. Why aren't we arresting this guy? We have so much stuff.
I know, yeah.
I was like,
when he was...
Leonardo DiCaprio is going to get killed.
Yeah.
Like, dude, please.
And he was obviously distressed and not comfortable with continuing on, and they still threw him in that situation. I was like, damn, like, you have all the information you need to arrest this guy, to put him away. What's the holdup?
Exactly.
I did really like the back and forth of Matt Damon, a mole, and Leonardo DiCaprio, a mole.
Yeah.
And how they were just, how it's two sides of the same coin kind of thing. Mm-hmm. That was really enjoyable.
I loved the 2 games of cat and mouse that they were both playing with each other, but they didn't know it.
I enjoyed the concept, but really long. I felt like everything that happened could have cut the time in half. Everything that happened in the movie could have been done in like an hour and a half.
Oh yeah, this could have been an hour and a half movie. Yeah. We definitely didn't need a whole hour of stuff happening.
So that was this week's movie, The Departed. Next week's movie is The Godfather, and a freaking classic.
Oh yeah,
1972 film.
Another mug.
Which Gavin and I have not seen. We are horrible film buffs.
I haven't seen it either, so.
Well,
it's like we said, like episode 2 or whatever. We write the films. We don't make them.
Yeah,
we don't watch them.
But we're looking forward to watching that. I've been meaning to watch it for like 2 years now, and never got around to it. So
since my
this will
existence.
give me an excuse to watch it. I look forward to it. I know it's a classic. It's really good. I'm gonna go into it with just fresh eyes and make my own opinion on it.
I do know that The Godfather is like 3 hours, I think. I think it's even longer than The Departed. But I've been told by...
2 hours and 55 minutes.
Okay. But from what I've been told, this movie is great all the way through the end, and I was even told you have to watch the second one right after because the second one is a direct continuation of the first one. But then the third one, I guess, sucks, so don't watch that one. Haven't seen any of them, so I can't speak for it. But,
so we will just watch the first Godfather for next week, and if it's good enough, maybe we'll watch the second one.
Who knows?
For the following week, but for now...
That's good enough.
If we see fit, we will watch the second one afterwards.
Nice.
That's a better way of putting it. All right. Wow. Okay, so that's The Godfather, and that's our movie review of the week.
Woo! Let's go.
So last week we talked about paranormal experiences. We got into that very briefly and decided that we were going to talk about it this week.
Nice.
And Gavin, you're the one that has the intriguing paranormal experience that you...
I haven't heard this, really?
You have it now.
I don't know if I've told you. I have so many different ghost stories that I could get into, but this was just the one that that I thought was the most, obviously emotional, provoking one. So, back when I was a wee little lad, back in like freshman year of high school, I was just chilling in my room. It was like probably one in the morning. It was like winter break or whatever, so I didn't go to sleep. So, just chilling, watching YouTube on my phone. My dog is right next to me. I even started playing with her for a little bit because she was awake too. And then all of a sudden, I hear these like thumps, just like boom, boom, and I'm like, what the hell was that? So I roll over and I look, and my door is open, so I'm already looking in the black abyss of the hallway, which is horrible.
Scariest thing.
I was like, oh god, I am not about to go out there and investigate what that was. And then I heard it again. It was like boom, 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 and I'm like, yo, is somebody like knocking at the door? But it didn't sound like a door knocking. They were just thumps. And at this point, my dog, her head lifts up and looks into the hallway. So I'm like, okay, I'm not the only one that heard that. And next thing you know, I hear footsteps, right? Like, imagine somebody walking in heels.
Okay, yeah.
And, dude, at this point, I'm like, my hair is standing up. I was getting ready to, like, call my parents at this point because I'm like, yo, what the fuck is happening? And then all of a sudden, these footsteps just take off, coming closer to me. So they got louder and louder and louder, and then they stopped right at my door, dude. I did that shit like when like you see in movies where the kid throws the covers over himself because I was like, oh hell no, bro. Like I called my mom or dad or whatever, and I was like, yo, come out here. There's somebody here. We checked the house, and nobody was there.
Huh.
And my parents looked at me like I was a schizo. They were like, what the hell are you talking about? I was like, I swear to God, I'm not making this up.
Right.
Wasn't that like a reoccurring thing in your house, though?
The lady with heels?
Yeah, that's
yes,
what you called her.
That is a reoccurring thing. And it was that same hallway. You always heard someone walking with heels, but nobody
cow.
you never saw anything.
So
When was the last time you had a encounter with the lady with heels?
I think that was my last one. That was
What was that?
high school?
I was like 2015 freshman year,
Jeez.
2015, 2014.
Okay, now that you mentioned like that, I just remembered this. So I used to live with my friend Paul, right? Mm-hmm. And they
Shout out, Paul.
What's up, Paul? And they so at this house they had like stories. I didn't know this going in. Like this was like while I was there.
Yeah.
And they were like, oh yeah, by the way, like this house is kind of like weird. And I was like, what do you mean?
That sounds like the start of a horror
Exactly.
movie.
Like, what am I getting into? He didn't tell me this beforehand. Like, and they were really nonchalant about this. But like, apparently there was like a really tall, like trench coat guy that they would see,
Oh,
What the hell?
or like at least like his mom would see it,
yeah.
and like, she like Paul's mom would like ask his grandma because she would also be there. And she was like, "Oh yeah, no, yeah, I've seen him. I haven't seen him in a while though." Like they were really nonchalant about seeing this like figure like in the corner, like in shadows that he would like walk around, and that it was like scary at first, but now it's like kind of normal. And me personally, I don't really have like any super paranormal stories or experiences. I think I don't want to. I don't want to say this, but like skeptics tend not to see that, and people who want to believe it see it. I feel like,
Dude, I would give anything to not believe in ghosts. I promise.
I would like want to experience something like
No,
that.
you fucking don't. This shit was scary as hell. I couldn't see
It would
that
make
night,
some for
dude.
great content, guys.
Oh my
Exactly.
God.
Anyway, but I just remember that. So I didn't see anything while I was there for like
that's, the fact that they were
months.
nonchalant about it is kind of scary.
Yeah, so like every time I like would walk around in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom, I'd like check the corner and I'd be like, okay, nothing's there. I'm gonna go pee now.
So for me, whenever there are times when me and my friends would hang out, and then afterwards I would take my friend Joe home. Shout out Joe. And,
Go Joe.
What up, Joe? one time when we were driving, we were just like making conversation as we're driving down the street, and then I saw something out of the corner of my eye on the other side of the street, like on the sidewalk, and I can't describe what it was, but it was like a person out of place is the best way I can describe it.
Was this on like a residential road or
This was on like a main road.
like a busy street?
It
Okay,
was,
not like freeway or anything, right?
yeah, it was right next to the marketplace.
Okay.
But a figure that was really still, like me and Joe nicknamed it Stat because we saw it again like a week or two later, where it was just standing on the sidewalk facing the opposite direction, just really still. We never got a good look at it, but we saw it. We're like, wait, did you see that? That was weird, but we couldn't describe why it was weird. And the fact that we both noticed it, we both felt weird about it, that's what kind of gave it the eerie vibe.
Okay. Yeah.
And then we saw it again like 2 weeks later, and that's when we like, oh my gosh, like what the heck? Like,
Oh my God.
And that's when we named it like Stat because it's like a statue, but like you know what's the story of like the statues that move when you're not
When
looking
you're-
at
oh,
it?
Angels?
Yeah,
I was literally thinking of that too.
yeah, so that's like that's the vibe they gave
Scary.
off. And then maybe it was just in my head, but both of those occurrences were at night. And then one morning on my way to work in a completely different location, I thought I saw it again.
Yeah, you're
And
being haunted.
I think so. I thought it was in my head.
That's weird.
I even like made a U-turn to go back and check, and I didn't find anything.
Holy.
Everybody's gangster till the statue starts following you.
But yeah, the fact that I saw it in a different location, different time of day, that's what really freaked me out. And then we haven't seen it since. So
The only other thing that I've had happen to me, this was actually fairly recently. I don't count it as paranormal, but it is really like I can't explain what it is or what happened. And I know it's not just me because at home one night I was asleep. I think I was asleep or like falling in and out of sleep, like just barely, but it was kind of late. So I'm in my room, doors closed, and I like wake up because I feel like I heard something, like this really loud, abrupt banging or thump. I can't quite remember. I don't really know how to explain it or what I heard, but I just like it instilled like this reaction in me, like, you know, when you hear something and you immediately like get up like to go check it out, or like
I'm the opposite though.
Got
I
the
hear something and I'm frozen. Like, wait, what the heck?
No, it was a sound like not scary or out of place, but something happened and I need to go there and like investigate or help. It was something like that because I like shot up out of my bed and I ran to my door. Like, it was that kind of reaction, and I opened my door and my mom is right in front of my door and she was like, "Did you hear that?" And I was like,
God.
I was like, "Yeah, what was that?" And she was like, "I don't know." And we go like we check. I think we went to Austin's room, my brother, and then so we opened the door and he's like dead asleep. And my mom, you know, she's freaking out at this point a little bit, and she's like, Austin, wake up. What did you hear that? And he was like, "No, I didn't." He's like, completely dead. Like, no, he's like all pissed off that he got woken up.
Mia was awake though, right?
Well, come to find out later, but I think.
Okay.
No, well, I think she was. I don't remember.
Okay. Well,
anyway,
continue telling the story and then I'll put my input.
So then I think we check, you know, Mia's room. It's right across the hall. And I think she was asleep, or she was pretending to be asleep, I think is what it was after the fact. But she I don't think she said she did anything.
Yeah, because the next morning, she was like, "Oh, there was a loud noise last night." I was like,
"Yeah, okay,
that's what it was." I was like, "Oh, so you were awake?"
Okay,
like, no, she said it woke her up.
We checked her room. She didn't answer when we were like, "Mia," and so we're like, "Okay, she's asleep. She's a heavy sleeper." So we closed the door, and then me and my mom were just like, "What was that? That was so loud." And I was like, "I don't know. It like woke me up. I ran out of my bed." So
Was it like a bang? Or?
I can't remember for sure, but it was something really loud, abrupt. I want to say like metallic banging, maybe like one solid just doom, and it just woke me up. And then so me and my mom both waking up, walking around the house, and like everybody else was fine. Like, you were asleep, Dad didn't hear anything, so it was just me and my mom. And I don't know what sound it was. I checked like outside there, you know, because we usually have like there's like those people working on stuff in their garage across the street. Yeah. So I thought it was that at first, but there was nothing outside. Check the backyard, nothing. That's the only thing that like something that I can't explain. Maybe it was in my head, but my mom also come to my door. That kind of
family woke up.
Doesn't make sense either.
Well, I remember talking to Mia
and
about
then
it.
The next day or two,
and she was like, "Oh yeah, like that loud noise, it woke me up." And I was like, "Wait a minute, you're the heaviest sleeper that I know.
Yep.
How did it wake you up?" Like,
Austin is the king, I guess.
So, I was like, "Okay, you heard it. Jacob heard it. Mom heard it." It's like, "Okay, what the heck was it?"
Yeah.
And then I had my own thought, like, maybe it was Mia that made that noise, because there's no way she would have woken up.
Well,
because that's how heavy of a sleeper she is.
When I was talking about it with Dad, we were joking, like, "Oh, it was Mia sneaking in, and she just got home, and she made a noise and pretended to be asleep."
That is entirely plausible.
I think so, but I mean,
the world may never know.
It won't be explained.
I've gotten so numb to just hearing sounds around my house at this point.
Oh my
Do you guys have an attic?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because I have the attic like right above my room. I can't tell you how many times it'll just be like late at night and I just hear like thumbs coming from up there.
Oh my gosh.
And I'll get a call from my sister, like, "Are you awake? Are you at home?" I'm like, "Yeah." I'm like, she's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "I'm asleep." Or like, "I just woke up," or whatever. She's like, "Do you hear that?" And I was like, "Yeah." And so, yeah, I just hearing stuff moving around in my attic, hearing stuff moving around outside. I swear to God, someone was on our roof at one point.
There was Austin always says, this is when he was like 5, so you can't take it into account. But he always says that one time when my dad was in the attic, like he peeked in the attic and he saw a body in there.
You saw a body?
Yeah, like, so there's like, oh, there's a man living in the attic, and how to
What's your dad doing up there, bro?
Yo, that's actually like that's kind of not a fear of mine, but
Schizo
like
moment.
someone living in your attic.
Yeah,
Dude,
that happens.
Have you seen the videos?
Yes, people
will
like
set
just
up?
crawling out of like the
Dude,
panel and
yeah.
like getting food and stuff. So whenever you guys eat my food, I'm like, "Oh, must be the guy in the attic."
The guy, yeah.
Well, Austin swears that there was a body in the attic, but like we were all there too. We all saw the same thing. It was probably like a bag of something.
He's probably just trying to spook you.
It was just limbs. It wasn't a body.
Yeah, your dad's not that sloppy. Come on.
There was a nightmare Austin had when he was really young, of like him waking up. Like this was in his dream where he woke up and everyone, like he looked out the window and everyone was outside like zombies.
What? Oh, you told me about that. Yeah,
and then a bloodied hand hits the window and he wakes up. So we've always like teased him like, oh, the bloody hand.
Yeah.
bloody hand.
I think like that week I went outside and like slammed my hand on the window when he was there.
You're an asshole, dude.
Yeah.
You're a dick.
It was when I was like, what, 8, 9?
Yeah, we were all really little.
You're like, Austin, look outside. Just
That means he was like
freak
5
out.
at the time.
You were like 12. I was in first grade. So.
Okay, then. Yeah, it was pretty funny, but
do a little troll.
still a little messed up.
Yeah, I don't have any like supernatural experiences except like the nightmare I can't explain.
I have good supernatural experiences. Shout out to Jesus.
Shout out Jesus.
That man does not exist in my house, bro. My house is entirely different.
I'll Amazon Prime you some holy water over.
Dude, we've had...
Can you buy holy water on Amazon Prime?
Of course, I'm sure you can.
My
I don't
dad
even
was
know
doing
if
something
you can.
similar to that for the house, where it's like stuff that's supposed to ward away evil spirits,
Yeah.
because we kept seeing shit and stuff kept happening. So we like... I guess we, I don't know,
think
bless the house with it?
Stuff that wards away evil spirits sounds like it invites them in.
I don't know, dude. It's just like that. Everybody, my dad says he's woken up to seeing, like, have you ever heard of shadow people?
Well,
Like the man in the trench coat?
Well, kind of, but like he's had like interactions. I want to say it's just sleep paralysis, but he's able to move.
Yeah,
but he's
not-
able to move.
Oh, that's weird.
So like he can see it. And he said he saw one just looking at him, and then it just disappeared.
Yeah,
And I'm like, that's got to be the scariest shit ever to just wake up and see somebody looking at you.
Me and my family are very religious based, so I mean, obviously I believe in spirits, ghosts, whatever you want to call them. Mm-hmm. But I've never had anything like experience like that. So
You're a lucky dude. You guys are fucking lucky for that. Then
I remember
Blessed is the
years
word.
ago, I was like, Jacob, let's go explore like a haunted place. Let's have one of those experiences.
Hell no,
because
bro. What?
this was at the peak of like everyone sharing like ghost stories and stuff. I was like, man, we don't have a ghost story. Let's
like the H3H3
Yeah.
stuff when that was
Like
popular.
you guys
ago.
are insane.
I don't want to do that.
Yeah, what the? That's how you end up
I
missing.
said that
bro.
was years ago.
That's how you end up on the side of a milk carton, bro. I'm not trying to do that.
I do like milk though.
And you know what? Considering your stance on scary movies, I find it funny that you want to go out and have ghost stories and wanting to be scared.
Well, we can touch on this quickly. We don't have a ton of time.
We
for
can touch
but
on it very quickly. I don't like scary movies, Gavin.
You're dumb.
I
Dumb?
don't like it, especially for someone who you say, oh, you're lucky that you don't have any of those experiences, but you love those movies.
Being scared is a fun experience.
I don't agree with
It's a
that.
good experience to reflect on. I'm sorry, but like going through haunted houses, sure, going through it's not that fun, but once you get out of it, you're like, bro, that
people
was cool.
like feeling uncomfortable
Yeah.
or scared.
I'm just
the
not one of those
thrill.
people. I'm not one of those people, and I hated all of elementary school. People would look down on me because of it. Like, oh, you don't like scary movies? Like, I saw Insidious, and I was like, well, good for you.
Movie terrified the fuck
Good
out of
for
me.
you. I don't exactly like. Why would I want to feel that
My
way?
mommy wouldn't let me.
Bro.
That's what I said.
Like
My
having
mommy wouldn't let me.
Having to
And
watch a
thank
film?
you for not letting us.
having to watch a film like just on the edge of your seat, just like tapping your foot, and you're like, oh my
Why
god,
would I want to do that?
it's fun, it's
It
exhilarating.
doesn't sound fun.
There was a game at Dave & Buster's that I remember me and my friend Antonio playing.
That's a different story. Scary games. I play scary games.
Dude, no.
But I
So-
won't watch movies.
It was one of those games where it's like you're like there's like a surround system, there's like air that'll blow on your neck. or
Oh
whatever.
yeah, I think I've done that one too.
I forgot what it was, but it was like a shooter game.
Mm-hmm.
And so, dude, that game terrified the shit out of me. Every single time a zombie showed up, like it would vibrate the whole thing and it would be loud and stuff
Like
would blow
blows
in your
air
ears.
on the
It was
back,
all
yeah.
3D too.
Oh, no thanks.
I spent like $200 on that game. It was
Oh my
Dude,
god.
it was like a token
Oh
eater, bro.
my god!
It was like 3 tokens. It was like
$200.
it was like
Rewards,
3
no
tokens.
tickets.
It was 3 tokens to play, 1 life, and you died in like 3 hits.
Oh my
So
gosh.
yeah, playing that entire campaign, oof, that took forever.
Jeez.
I do like scaring my sister though.
Yep.
She's really easy to scare.
Yep.
And I like it.
So is Lucy. My girlfriend's the easiest to
Super
scare.
easy to scare. You
I
can
love
literally
you, honey.
you can just walk up to her when she's not looking and be like, "Hey," and she'll get scared.
Yep.
But that's entertainment for you. Speaking of entertainment, let's get to the fact of the week.
Yes, sir. And this time I've prepared a Disney-themed one.
What?
Since we were talking about a lot
DM.
of Disney Plus and all their shows that they're bringing out.
Cha-ching.
Cha-ching.
Did you guys know that the actors who played Mickey and Minnie Mouse were married?
I did know that, actually.
I did
not
not
know that.
I didn't know that at all. The Wayne Allwine and Russie Taylor. They were like for 30 years the voices of them, and they were married for 20.
How cute.
It's like Plankton and Karen. They're married in real life, too, aren't
Really?
they?
That's
Yeah.
cool.
You didn't know that?
No.
Yeah, the voice actors for Plankton and Karen in SpongeBob. They're married in real life.
That's so funny.
Wow.
I think so, right?
That's why it's so accurate. I don't know. I'm taking your word for it, Gavin.
I don't know.
I bring the facts. I don't know. I mean,
I might be wrong, please. I'm sorry.
Well, thank you for that very interesting fact. So make sure to follow us on Twitter at OEF_white noise and at One-Eyed Fits. And please subscribe to us on YouTube.
Yes.
And that's at One-Eyed Fits as well. Leave a comment down below. We'd love to read them. Shout out Brett. You leave a comment on everyone.
yo, Brett.
Thank you, Brett.
Appreciate it. Love your input, especially last week about the whole
Number
car
one fan.
accident thing. That was funny.
I love you, Brett.
Consistent viewer. What a supporter.
What a fan.
Brett. Love that guy.
Brett. Love that guy.
Brett.
So subscribe on YouTube. Leave a like if you want. If you liked it, leave a like. If you didn't like it,
Like it anyway.
flip a coin to see if you leave a like or not.
God. Don't
It's not going to force you if you don't like it.
I make my own
You know,
luck.
dislike it, actually.
Yeah, we'll see it, but no one else will. We're available on Spotify and Anchor, and you can listen to the podcast audio. Oh, we're only audio, so audio there.
Yo, where's the video? Where's the cameras at?
There is no video, but if you support us enough, maybe there will be video. Maybe you'll be around to see it.
You can see Gavin's face for 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Damn. Why would you want to do that?
We're just doing your face. It's a
Just
close-up.
my face?
Yeah.
Just a still photo of you.
Just a still.
And we'll Photoshop the mouth to move when you speak.
Let's get a mugshot style video.
If this video gets 1,000 likes, then we will do that.
If we can grow at least 3 subscribers, we'll do it.
Grow them in a lab.
Yeah, leave any questions you have in the comments. Maybe we'll read it on the next week's show. Yeah, if you have any paranormal experiences, leave them down in the comments as well. Maybe it'll be a recurring thing where we read those. Gavin, you have the song of the week?
I do. So we're going to take it a little bit slow this week, and I'm going to do the song Show Me by Glenn Jones.
Show me.
It's a romantic song?
Kinda. It's like a romance song. It's a very slow
Okay.
type of, I don't know, like a baby maker, I guess.
Oh,
Whoa.
Lucy.
All right.
You're going to play it for me later tonight, right?
Nope.
Okay, cool. I don't want to hear it anyway. Later tonight.
Right.
My family already questions.
I
me
forgot
now.
we
Okay.
were recording. Okay, cool. Well, we'll give that a listen. So yeah, follow us on Twitter, subscribe on YouTube, leave a comment, like.
Sir.
I have to go leave. So see you next
Goodbye.
week.
Bye, Ethan.
All right, bye.
Up. And he's going out the door. Goodbye.
I'm going to go walk my fish.